Louisiana hospital skirts $200 million Epic EHR implementation by seeking affiliation. The organization looked at it and said, $200 million to implement Epic. We can't do it. It's a 165 bed hospital. It's women's hospital out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And they had the same kind of conversations, I think, that happened in a lot of these smaller health systems, which is like, look, $200 million is just way too much money. And we've got to do something. So they're going to do an affiliation. But, as I see this, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often at this point. I mean, do you think this is going to be a trend moving forward?
I don't know that it's not a trend kind of already. I think there are a lot of organizations who have gone through the process of the due diligence of deciding on a new electronic health record and decide that the functionality that they might want, for example, is Epic. And then they start to look at okay, am I going to host it? Am I going to remote host it? Or am I going to try to take advantage of somebody else's Epic installation? And then there are a lot of big organizations across the country now who have big Community Connect installations, and they have a lot of happy customers. I think the hard part for those organizations is the conversion from I'm running my own Epic EHR and my effort as a help desk organization is best effort, to signing up Community Connect sites and then realizing that they put themselves in a position to be a vendor and they have to have SLAs and they have to be able to do all the things like, manage order sets and a lot of other governance things that go with these Community Connect arrangements. So I don't know that it's definitely not a new thing, but I think more and more organizations are going to add that to their list of things that they consider when they're looking at new EHRs.
Well, let's talk about what can go wrong here, specifically around this Epic EHR, because there's very high profile ones that have failed. The Hoag Hospital out of Newport Beach had an Epic implementation, Community Connect implementation with Providence, and that one has failed in the headlines. And Hoag is now essentially walking away and doing. Now you're talking a hospital that's actually a system, 3-hospital system, with a lot of partners in that marketplace. It's also one of the wealthiest places in the country. I mean, people from all over Southern California go to Hoag to have their babies because all the rooms have a view of the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
And no better place to have a baby than Hoag Hospital. So they have phenomenal payer mix, phenomenal philanthropy as well. They have a ton of money. But the things that can go wrong are that conversation, that word you just used, which is governance, right? Because you're a renter in that situation. There's a landlord and you're not the landlord. And there's this whole governance aspect that goes into this that sometimes doesn't work out the way you think it should. Like we should have more say in the order sets. Or we don't like the way you practice medicine. I mean, those kind of conversations when you do an internal implementation happen. We don't doctors sitting across from each other saying, "Where did you get your degree?"
Right.
But now you're having those across systems, and it becomes really hard to keep those together.